slowly. Please,
Yes.
whoever's presenting, please.
Okay.
Absolutely, yes.
Ирина,
Okay. So,
дай мне наушники.
thank you. Hi, Maria. Okay, Sandra, we usually start with the interpreters.
Okay.
So, Anna, can you start us off?
You start, please, like introduce yourself and what we're doing here, and then I will take it. I will continue.
No, I mean,
Okay.
you have to,
It's like-
introduce yourself, Anna, so that people know that they're going to go in
okay.
the room with you.
Okay. Բարև ձեզ, ես Անա Արզումանյանն եմ, մեր շրջանի հայոց եւ ռուսաց լեզուների թարգմանիչը։ Այսօր կներկայացնեմ միայն հայոց լեզվով։ Եթե ցանկանում եք այսօրվա ներկայությունը լսել հայոց լեզվով, երբ որ ձեր էկրանների վրա տեսնեք գլոբուսի նշանը, կարող եք սեղմել եւ ընտրել հայոց լեզուն, կմտնեք իմ սենյակ եւ կլսեք ամեն ինչը հայոց լեզվով։ Եղավ, եթե հարցեր ունեք, կարող եք չաթի մեջ գրել, ուրեմն այդքանը, շնորհակալություն, բարի բայելում։ Back to you, Jen.
Thank you. And Nuria, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I just have one question. What is going to be the format? Is there going to be questions at the end through the chat or?
Through the chat
Chat.
throughout, and then more verbally at the end.
Okay. Buenas noches a todos. Yo soy Nuria Lundberg y voy a ser su intérprete del idioma español esta noche. Y la manera de acceder al canal del idioma español, ustedes van a ver un mundo color gris en la parte inferior de su pantalla. Y bueno, lo presionan y ahí nos vamos a ver. Ahora bien, si ustedes tienen alguna pregunta, favor de ponerla en el chat o escribirla y yo la voy a traducir ahí. Y lo bueno es que nuestra moderadora, la señorita Goldenberg, también puede leer español, entonces va a ser todo lo más ágil posible. Asimismo, les platico que la presentación de PowerPoint y las diapositivas van a estar disponibles en español. Les pido una disculpa de antemano porque por causas de fuerza mayor yo no las tenía, pero van a estar disponibles en la página de internet. Y bueno, sin más por el momento, espero que les guste mi interpretación esta noche y solamente vamos a poder comunicarnos a través del chat. Entonces, si ustedes me levantan su manita por ahí o me escriben que me escuchan o cualquier cosa, ahí escríbanlo para que yo pueda desempeñarme en la manera en que ustedes se merecen. Y bueno, sin más por el momento, le regreso el micrófono a la señorita Goldenberg.
Thank you, Nuria. And Maria, what Anna and Nuria just said was they're interpreting tonight, and they explained that in Armenian and in Spanish that the bottom of the screen is a little world. It says interpretation. And so if you can instruct those people who speak Russian to, in a few minutes, go to the bottom of their screen and click on interpretation, and they can choose Russian, and then they'll be with you listening as you interpret in Russian.
Is this in the bottom of the screen?
It's the bottom of the screen, yes.
Здравствуйте, кто разговаривает на русском языке. Меня зовут мисс Мария. Я буду вам переводить на русский язык все, о чем мы сегодня будем разговаривать. И внизу в экране есть как чат, и вы там можете писать на русском языке, присоединиться, что вы будете, что я вам нужна для перевода, и таким образом мы будем сегодня работать. Спасибо.
I'm sorry. Also, Maria, if you can let your audience know that once you're in the room, you're not going to be able to be speaking like we are like now. So the only way they're going to be able to communicate with you, Maria, is through the
In
chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, say,
Yeah.
and also explain to them that whatever, if they don't hear you or they can't access through the chat, tell them to write to you and you will be looking. There's also captions there. So I'm just letting you know because Anna and I already know, and just to help you out.
Thank you so much. Вы можете писать в чате, и мы только через чат можем с вами общаться, и я могу вам помогать в переводе, не через голосовые сообщения. Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to start the interpretation. Okay, anyone who wants to click on the little world, they can join the interpreters. Okay, now I will turn it over. I'll start sharing my screen and turn it over to Miss DeBarros.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight to learn about our summer school program. Just make sure you keep yourselves muted. I have to remind myself that, it picks up if the dogs bark or people are cooking, it picks up. So my name is Sandra DeBarros, and I've been with the district since 1995. I retired 3 years ago, but every year if they need me, and I come back to help with different projects. And I'm very happy to be here tonight because I get, to be part of this project, the summer school, organizing and coordinating everything, because I get to work with great people. You already met Jennifer Goldenberg. She's the ELD queen. She's the ELD coordinator for the whole district. Then we have our TOSAs, who are the teachers on special assignment. They will be the summer school principals. And at Disney Elementary, we have Ruby Mazer.
Good evening, everyone.
Oh, there she is. And at Emerson, we have Margarita Tubbs. Where's Margarita?
Right here. Hi, everyone.
Okay. And at Jefferson, we have Jennifer Griffith.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so before we get started with the items on the agenda, I just wanted to give you a little overview of what summer school entails. And I thought an easier way to give you a better idea of what the program is about was to compare it with a basketball camp. So let's say your kids are part of a basketball team. They went to all the practices, they played all the games, they won some, they lost some. And at the end of the season, the coach says, well, I collected a lot of data. I've been watching you guys play, and I know that we all need to work on certain things. So we're going to extend our season, although we're not going to be playing games, by 20 days. So, and even though we're all going to be pretty much doing the same things.
Despacito,
Okay.
because they're interpreting in the rooms.
Okay. So let's say some of you need to practice dribbling. Some of you need to practice making shots. Some of you need to get in better shape because you're not running as fast as you could. So that's pretty much the same thing, the same idea that we have for summer school. Kids go to school for 180 days. Summer school is only 20. And it's not even a full day. So it's the equivalent to maybe 17 days of regular school. So the teachers or the coaches, they have been collecting data on the students throughout the year. And this goes into a database for the district. And we're going to be looking more specifically at the end of the year data. And the classroom teachers, the summer school classroom teachers, will have access to that data, and they're going to look to see which skills they need to focus on more. So let's say kids, they need to read more fluently. Some kids know letters and sounds, and they can even read words, but when they put it all together, they're not very fluent. So that's something they're going to work on. Some kids can decode anything, but they're not really paying attention, so their reading comprehension is not great. So, these are just some basic things. Of course, it's not limited to just that, but I just wanted to give you an idea then that based on the data that we collected throughout the year, we're going to identify focus skills that will benefit all the kids. I'm sorry. That distracts me when you send me text message. And we're going to practice those skills. And we're going to try and apply those skills. Like kids may know their basic facts, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, but they're having a hard time applying those skills to problem solving. So I hope that gives you a better idea of what summer school will entail. Okay. Jen, is this you?
Jen Griffith, I
I
think.
think it's Goldenberg.
Okay.
This one is the school sites. I feel like I'm missing a slide. Uh-oh. Okay, well, no, I think Jen, do you mind doing
I don't
this?
mind at all. It's totally
Thank you.
cool. So Sandra already kind of introduced each of us that are TOSAs at each of the sites. But just so you can see, at Disney Elementary, we'll have kiddos from Disney, Stevenson, McKinley, and Roosevelt will be with Ruby at Disney. And with me at Jefferson, we'll have students from Jefferson, Edison, Bret Hart, and Providencia. And then Emerson is gonna, with Margarita, we'll have kiddos from Miller, Emerson, and Washington. So you guys should have gotten, all families should have gotten the letters stating what summer school site your kiddo would be at this summer. So just so you, if you guys have any questions about that or you're not sure, just put it in the chat and the three of us will be able to check our lists. No problem.
Thank you, Ms. Griffith. Oh, I don't know why the slides are out of order. I apologize. So our agenda is to go over the purpose, as Ms. DeBarro said, and then the locations. And please note that we did move summer school from Miller to Emerson instead. Miller is undergoing construction. And we'll go over schedules. We'll show you some maps about how to enter the campus, how your students will enter, where to find them after school, assemblies, all sorts of stuff. And I will be emailing out this PowerPoint with the 3 other translations into Armenian, Russian, and Spanish tomorrow. Actually, I might do it tonight. So if your email, if it blocks bulk email coming from Blackboard, that's a communication system we use, then check your spam. If it blocks it altogether, then you'd have to, I don't know how you would do it with your email to figure out how to unblock it, but that's how the majority of schools communicate, is via email. We send it through Blackboard, and out of all 600 emails or 600 students, there were only 5 that were completely blocked. So anyway, hopefully it'll come through. It'll also be posted on the website though. That's the best. Okay, so purpose, I think, was back to Sandra, Mr. Bars.
Okay, so like I said, we want to provide students with opportunities to review and reinforce grade level standards in language arts. We have a large group of students who have been in this country for less than 2 years. So the focus is going to be on developing language, and this benefits every kid. We have to bombard children with language all the time, talk to them, go on walks with them, talk about different things. Everybody benefits from that. And I know I compare this to a summer basketball camp. I'm sure kids would be a lot more excited to go to a basketball camp, but that's our challenge. We want to make this so fun for them that they will not want to miss anything. Trying to make it engaging. Everybody's tired. We all know that. The kids are tired. The teachers are tired. So we only have a week between the end of the school year and the beginning of summer school. So we have a little bit of time to recharge. And when kids come to school, it'll be a lot of hands-on. There's no homework. You can sell them that. You said there's 0 homework. It's all about fun. If they want to read at home, that's entirely up to you. I mean, it's a good habit to have, but other than that, we are also going to be working on social emotional skills. And sometimes people think, oh, do these kids have any problems? No, it's just the way I look at elementary school. It's like dress rehearsal for real life. Actually, the whole K-12 is. So this is where kids learn how to share, how to talk to each other, how to live in a space that is shared by many other people. And we have some second step lessons, which they should be familiar with because the teachers use it throughout the school year. And it's just about problem solving. And, you know, if you're sad because a friend told you that they don't want to be your friend anymore, you know what I mean? These types of things that kids enjoy, and again, their life skills. So
Thank you.
okay, next.
Okay, calendar, Miss Masur, your turn.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so looking ahead right here, this is our 20 days of instruction for the kiddos. And each school is going to have their own calendar, but this is the master calendar. So as you can see right here, first week, there's going to be a Boy Scout assembly to kick off our camping theme. And then moving on to the middle of the week, we have another assembly. It's a mobile planetarium. And that'll also vary the days. That'll be more in the middle of our summer, of our instruction. And then another cool assembly we're going to have is more of an experience. The last week, the 5th week, we want to focus on the Olympics in honor of the Olympics coming in mid-July. So we're going to have like a mini mock field day Olympic with Coach Luke, who the kiddos love. And he will also be at the sites, as you can see on our calendar. Coach Luke will be there on Mondays at actually, I'm sorry, not on this calendar, but he will be at the sites once a week, giving them a little bit more recess time, giving them that social emotional how to play together and still have fun at the same time, build teamwork skills. So that'll be once a week at the sites. Let's see what else. Also in this calendar, a good thing to note is that the days that the kiddos will not have school. So if you look at week 3, we have the Juneteenth holiday, which is the middle of the week. It's a Wednesday. And we might forget because it is the middle of the week. But again, this calendar will be at all the sites. But this is the master calendar where we're all going to be off. Okay. And also, if you notice the other boxes in golden color, June 14th, it's a Friday. The kiddos will be off on June 28th. And then, of course, 4th of July and the 5th of July, that week, we don't come to school. We're done. We're done July 3rd. So these 20 school days will go by really quick. Okay, so reference the calendar.
Sorry, I had to stop annotating to go to the next one. Ruby, isn't this your
Oh,
turn?
yes. So I had mentioned, so here we have 3 assemblies going on. This summer, we have our the Boy Scouts presentation the first week to kick off our camping theme. The indoor planetarium, where the kids are going to love this mobile planetarium, is going to come to the sites. And the last assembly, more of an experience, will be field day with Coach Luke on the last week of summer. And again, this will be in our sites, will be in our calendar, so we'll send reminders so you'll know and the kiddos will not want to miss.
Okay. Again, you know what? These got out of order, I think. I'm sorry. Who was supposed to do the communications one?
I think this is me. Hi, everyone.
Yay.
My name is Margarita. Once again, I did have a question. Someone asked, what does TOSA stand for? It stands for Teacher on Special Assignment. So the 3 of us are all teachers throughout the district. And for the summer, we will be on a special assignment and we will be administrative interns. So for communication, all of 3 of us TOSAs will be available via phone or email. The phone numbers might change. Right now, these are currently the phone numbers to the actual schools, but they might be slightly different for the summer program so that we don't interrupt the front office for those schools. But the emails are correct for everybody. Also, some sites for communication, we may use Class Dojo. Remind is another app that we may use. Or weekly newsletters also to give you information on what's coming up for that week. So we have a master calendar with all the things in it, but every week we'll also let you know what is happening for that week.
Thank you. I'm giving Daria, Maria, and Anna a chance to finish up. I see, yo puedo ver que en el chat alguien dijo español, gracias. La cosa es que tiene que mirar abajo en su pantalla donde hay el mundo gris y tienes que oprimir el mundo gris para seleccionar español. So I was just reminding people who came late that at the bottom of your screen should be a little gray globe, and that's what you click on to find the interpretation for Armenian, Russian, or Spanish. Okay, Mr. Barrows, this must be you. You're on mute.
I knew I was going to do that. And I apologize to the interpreters if I speak too fast. I'm not a huge fan of Zoom meetings, but I'd rather meet with people in person. Okay, so camp, challenge yourself, act responsibly, make friends, pause and think. So like I mentioned before, we're going to try and make summer school really fun and engaging and hands-on for kids, because they tend to act out, or if they're bored or not interested, or if they don't really like to do the work. But we only have 20 days, not even full days, so we want to make the best of it. And we don't have all the support that we typically have during the school year. So we were hoping that students will come and be engaged. And I just wanted to, and this hasn't happened in a long time, and Miss Goldenberg can testify to this because she's been doing summer programs for years. But if we have, so the teachers will have their own classroom management system in their classrooms. And when kids, whatever rules they have, if they have to engage the TOSAs, if they have to make a phone call home because the kids are not responding and all of that, and if this happens like 3 times in a row, we may ask, may not be the place for your child in summer school. Again, it hasn't happened in a long time, in many years, but I feel like I have to let you know, because it's really hard for a teacher to work, and teach and keep everybody engaged when they're kids who they just can't help it. They might not be the best place for them. And summer school is a privilege. It's by invitation only. So, and I never like to say this to parents. I feel like the Grinch, but that's the reality, right? If we have to call you at least 3 times, and again, nobody's going to be calling parents because a kid asked a question without raising their hands. It has to be something that becomes really, that impacts the classroom. So I'm just putting it out there. And we're going to go over this acronym here for camp, what it means to kids, and they will be aware of what the expectations are. And I've heard before that kids don't listen to you for 2 reasons. 1, they don't know the rules, or 2, they don't believe you. So when you tell them, this is what is expected, these are the consequences, but if you don't enforce those consequences, and I'm not talking about punishment,
Slow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you don't enforce those things, they start believing, I'll do whatever I want. My mom's not going to take a TV or what, I hope that makes sense to you. So anyway, when kids are engaged and they're having fun, it's rare for us to have behavior problems. So, all right, next. Also, attendance, and I know that things happen. It's summer. Some of you had plans before you knew that your child was going to be attending summer school. And those of you who are in the situation, you have already reached out to me.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I thought it was me.
No. Go ahead.
Okay. So some of you have already reached out to let me know that these things were planned ahead of time. Kids get sick. Sometimes things come up and you may have to be absent for more than 3 days. all I ask is that you communicate with the TOSAs and you call the school office and let them know that your child will be, you know, if you're going to be absent or if you're going to be late. The thing is, again, it's only 20 days. So hopefully you'll be able to come on time every day and not miss more than 3 days, because, and we've had situations when parents would bring the kids to school for only, you know, like twice a week. And that really is not going to help them. They're not going to have the time or the opportunity to practice the skills that they need. I was going to say something else. I forgot what it was, but let's keep going. I'll remember it eventually.
I have to apologize to my TOSA crew. I was following the agenda from our teacher meeting on Monday.
Oh, okay.
So that's why everything got messed up. I am so sorry. Let's
Oh,
see.
and before you go on, if anything that you want to, please email me. I know that some of you are posting it on the chat, but it's best for me because I have a system to keep track of everything so I don't miss anybody. If you don't mind, I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes. One thing I wanted to say about attendance when it comes to dual immersion is that it's an enrichment camp, whatever, for practicing their Spanish, increasing their skills in Spanish. And so if it says maximum 3 absences, and I put in parentheses ELOP, that stands for Expanded Learning Opportunities Program, I believe, something like that. And so anyway, that if you know, if you're going to the dual immersion summer, or your students are, that they go for the days that you've signed up for. That's all. Sorry. Let's see. Ruby, this is you.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I remember what I wanted to say. Some of you are asking about daycare in the afternoon. Again, please email me. It's already listed here. You should have been listed on when you received the email on Sunday. But if the program, the daycare program, is the wrong one, or if it's not there, please either call me tomorrow. I'm going to put the phone number here, or email me about that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so now we'll take a look at what a day would be like. And this is just a sample, but as you can see, a good portion of your child's day would be in language arts, a good hour-and-a-half block. Then we'll have nutrition and recess. Depending on what grades, we have a couple of different times on that, but everyone's going to get a 15-minute nutrition and recess. After that, they're going to have math centers, another like hour and 15-minute block. So again, reading, language arts, and math are a good portion of your child's day. Followed by that, we'll have our lunch break, which is 20 minutes. And then in the afternoon, we'll have something fun, another activity, maybe a read aloud, some art, a STEAM activity, an assembly. And then before you know it, it's time for your child to go home. So this is just a sample of what their day will be like. Depending on the teacher, they might have math in the morning, then reading. But this is just to give you an idea of what their day will be like. And it'll go by really fast for them.
Answering questions in chat. Oh, I get to turn it over to Margarita.
Okay, so our language arts focus will be looking at all 4 areas of reading, which include reading, listening, writing, and speaking. So it's going to follow a lot of small group instruction where the teacher is working with a small group of students. Every teacher is also going to have a paraprofessional instructional aide. So there will be 2 adults in the room. So another group of students may be working with the paraprofessional. They might be doing some partner work or small group, or they might be doing independent work. So that's part of the structure that we'll be doing for language arts focus. With different curriculum that we'll be using is Flying Start to Literacy, Making Meaning, Junior Great Books. We'll be using games, and the class library will be available to students. So what we're trying to do is just support the learning that they have had this school year, giving those extra skills and trying to practice it so that they are better prepared for the upcoming school year.
Perfect. Before I go on to the next slide, I just wanted to address what on the schedule. Was there a 10-minute gap between the aftercare and the morning session? Yes. Okay. Well, that was a mistake. The students will go straight from the morning session if they're staying after school into the afternoon session. So there's no 10 minutes of not knowing where to go. All right, Ms. Griffith, take it away.
Awesome. So I'm going to talk about math. So again, our math's focus will be mainly on number sense and visualization. We're going to do that through small group instruction. Again, like Margarita said, we have a paraprofessional in each room. We have a teacher. So each of those peeps will be working with small groups. Some of the curriculum that we're going to use is listed down below there. Boxcard and One-Eyed Jack is a great program that many of our teachers use in their classrooms now. It'll be a lot of hands-on games and manipulatives being used during our math time with our kiddos.
Miss Ruby, Miss Masur, you want to start or do you want me to start?
No, that's okay. I can start. For dual immersion, we do have 2 sessions. We have the morning session, and the morning session will be more more curriculum based, more we'll be focusing more on well on both they'll have the 90% instruction in Spanish, but the morning will be more about the language development, more just Spanish language arts, going into all the different focuses of reading and writing, oral and listening skills. And what's so great about this summer is we're going to use a new program, the Cesar Chavez curriculum, and all the DI teachers in the morning will be using that. We're excited just to pilot it and have access to it, something new. And then we'll also have a math instruction. But again, all of this will be, the instruction will be 90% in Spanish. And then we have our PM session, which will be more like the camp version of camp, where they have time for more activities, for games, arts and crafts. But again, it'll be 90% communication in Spanish. Anything else you'd like to add, Ms. Goldenberg?
Well, I was going to say that even though in the traditional school year with dual immersion, by the time a student's in 4th or 5th grade, it's almost half of the days in English. We're really focusing on the Spanish because, especially for those kiddos who've been with us since the pandemic, the more Spanish, the better. We have to keep our eye on the prize, and that is the Spanish fluency. So that's why we're conducting so much of it in Spanish. In addition to the paraprofessionals and the teachers, we are going to have advanced placement Spanish students and Spanish for Spanish speaker students from the high schools. And they're going to volunteer to help out with things too. And so just lots of Spanish models. My favorite thing, food services. Jen Griffith.
Yeah, so we will actually be providing, are we providing the nutrition and lunch, right? So I see, okay. I always call it nutrition, I don't call it breakfast. I think that's why. So we will be providing that just like during the school year for free. So it won't cost anything. All of our sites will have that. And you can see here what the times are. So they'll be a little bit different at Disney. So they'll be able to have a snack. You can also pack your kiddo a snack if you don't want them to have what's being served, or if they want to have something extra, totally fine. They can bring that as well. And then the afternoon if they go to Boys and Girls Club or the Children's Center, they will have snacks for them there as well. So the code, I just happened to see that in the chat right now. Last summer we did have to have a code, but we took care of all that on site. So you don't have to, parents don't need to worry about any of that.
Yes.
I think, is there anything else I should add about food services?
Somebody's
Uh,
asking if they can purchase food.
So this food that we will have on sites will be free. That will be of no cost. And it will just be, they usually had 2 choices. And I believe there was a menu last summer, if I remember correctly, right, Jen? Yeah.
It goes
So-
out like on May 31st or something.
Yeah. It'll be right before summer school starts. There'll be the menu, but between the 3 of us, the 3 Tostas will make sure that you have that before summer school starts on June 2nd. So, or June 3rd. So, yeah, I think that's it. Any other questions in the chat about?
There was any snacks available for purchase? No.
No, yeah, just what's provided. There's no extra. I know sometimes kids can buy different things. That's not happening during summer. I think
That's true. And one thing that I just wanted to mention, I've had many, okay, not many, maybe like 10 parents in the last couple months, especially from dual immersion. And we've been talking about how the food services have been free across the state of California, but certain programs are also funded, like this summer program. We get money based on the amount of students who qualify for free and reduced lunch. So really everyone should fill out the free and reduced lunch form. I have for my students, even though I know we didn't qualify, I wanted to do my part and submit the application. Because you just never know, like you might qualify, but please fill that out. I think that's all I was going to say about that. So, next, this is a big topic in the chat, so here you go.
Okay, so daycare. We had 2 options here at for the summer school program, and the district's childcare is only open to TK and 2, and the Boys and Girls Club is available for TK and 5th grade, but for that one you had to sign up, if I'm correct. But at the moment, I don't think we have everyone, but we just haven't released.
So let me, if
okay,
you don't mind, if I may interject here.
Mhm.
So the BUSC childcare, they took kids from TK through 2nd grade, and they only have 30 kids per class. So that's completely full at all 3 sites. Now, Boys and Girls Club, they have a little bit more flexibility, but I don't want, they're not completely full, but we're very close to being full, because the problem is that one, for example, they all have about 50 or between 50 and 70 kids. And if you only have one room available at the summer school, we can't put them all in there. So it's more about the ratio. It's like kindergarten and TK and kindergarten, you need to have 1 adult for every 10 or 12 kids. So, and that is not the problem, because we have the funding to hire as many people as we need to keep the ratio where it should be. However, it's a matter of space. And hopefully June, we're going to have June gloom and it's not going to be super hot. But at the same time, I don't want to risk having, you can't have 50 kids in a classroom with the AC, and it doesn't work that way. We don't want them to have a bad experience. So we really have to make sure that whoever is enrolled can be accommodated properly. I don't want them to not want to come to school because they're like, stuck in a room. Or even though Boys and Girls Club, they do have a lot of things planned. And I believe we have one representative from the club. Do we? Well,
Yes, I'm here for Boys and Girls Club of Burbank.
yeah. So I don't know if you want to talk a little bit more about that and what your plans are.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will be running our program from 12:30 to 6 p.m. every day that there is a summer camp from June 3rd to July 3rd. All students must be cleared by the school district and be enrolled in the summer school program at each site. So if you're enrolled at Disney, you need to register for Boys and Girls Club program at Disney Elementary. All parents must register ahead of time by completing the BGC Google form registration. That is on our flyer. And
Lindsay,
yes,
I'm gonna click on it so we can show people what it looks like.
wonderful. Thank you so much. Yep, that is what it looks like. We have a Spanish form available and an Armenian one.
And Russian soon.
Yes, Russian TBD. And yeah, so that is all the information that you need for our program. That is the registration. So you can see, you choose the school site, Disney, Jefferson, or Emerson, or it should be Miller, right?
No, it's Emerson.
It is Emerson now. It is Emerson, correct. Those are the three. And then grade, date, age. And
Sorry,
so-
I started to fill this out as if my husband was enrolling, just so I could see it.
Sorry, he does not. He will not be approved.
He's
I'm
53.
just kidding.
Anyway, I can't go further because this is a required question. Or I'll just
No.
make it up.
No.
2000. What's a good year for kids to be born for 10, 12?
They're asking if where the parents are,
Well,
where the links are going to be. They're going to be emailed to you from us.
Yes, it's on our flyer, but you can yeah, you can also access from their email.
Mhm.
There's, if you, I'm sorry, I would have went to town with this. If you don't have a medical insurance or a policy number, last year, people just put in none, or they put in zeros.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. And anyway, so you just keep clicking through the form.
Yeah. So I'm seeing some questions that I can answer. People are asking what time it runs until 6 p.m.
Mhm.
So it goes until 6 p.m. If we ask that you pick up your child by 6 p.m., every minute after 6 p.m., there is a $2 charge. Let's see. The links will be sent to you, as well as the Spanish link will also be in there. These specific three sites will only be for the summer school students. If your child is not attending one of these summer schools, then you can register, enroll them in a different Boys and Girls Club, Burbank. We have our main club in Burbank that will be available, as well as a couple other schools that you do not need to be participating in summer school.
And there's a question from a DI parent.
Yes.
DI, they're not the afternoon. They're going to be with the DI teachers. They're not going to be part of Boys and Girls Club or
Yeah.
the district one.
Yeah, that'll be separate. And our ratio is TK kindergarten. We have a 10-to-1 ratio, so 10 students for Boys and Girls Club staff. And first through fifth grade, the ratio is 20-to-1. So 20 students per staff. And each school will have a site coordinator in charge. That's who the parents will communicate with directly. And each school site will also have their own phone number. You will be given that phone number on the first day of instruction so that you are able to contact the site coordinator in charge. And the program, once again, ends at 6 p.m. We're going to have lots of fun enrichment programs, including sports and recreation, applied arts, water activities for those hot days. And let's see. Oh, a reminder for pickup, parents do need to bring their ID card. Only authorized individuals. So you'll see when you enroll your student in Boys and Girls Club on the form, it'll give you a list for emergency contacts and people that will be picking up your child. Make sure to do first name, last name. All the contact information is up to date because we will require you to show identification when picking up any of the members. So if you do need to update or change emergency contacts for any reason, then you can go ahead and contact a membership at Boys and Girls Club of Burbank. And
Is there any way you could do a brief overview of the general schedule for the afternoons?
so the program will be given on the first day, a calendar and list of all the activities we're going to be providing that summer. That'll be given on the first day. So we do not have that yet, but June 3rd, that will be released.
Thank you. And
You're welcome.
if you don't mind hanging around, feel free to jump into the chat and answer questions.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, back to the logistics. And this is Sandra. You're on mute again, Cindy.
Of course, I'm muted, of course. So gates open at 8:15. We'll have yard supervisors out there. Dismissal is at 12:50. Please be prompt. Kids, especially if they are going to a different school, they get really anxious if they don't see mom or dad or somebody out that they recognize there to pick them up. Gates will be locked at 1, and the kids who have not been picked up will be taken to the office but then you have to park your car, you have to go in, show your ID. So anyway, everybody is, I know that you're not familiar with the school site, so I don't know if the TOSAs want to talk a little bit about where they're going to be.
This?
You want to, Disney, go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine. So pickup and drop off will be on Clark Street. There are 2 gates, but we will use the first gate, which is closer to the Mariposa and Clark Street corner for all grades, for transitional kindergarten up to 5th grade, for the arrival at 8:15 and the dismissal at 12:50 p.m. If you're staying in the afternoon for the daycare or PM dual immersion, the pickup will be at the gate that is more towards the middle. So that'll be our pickup and our drop off on Clark Street. Okay.
Positions open at Disney. Ariel just told me.
She did? But what are they doing?
Oh, shoot.
Okay. That's okay. It happens.
And if you're not familiar with Disney, just so you know, the front office, it's on Orange Grove Avenue, right over on the other side. But we'd really appreciate the prompt dismissal time. Okay.
Okay, for Emerson, so the front of Emerson is on Cypress Avenue. We are actually going to enter next to the auditorium. So if you look at that green main gate, this is where students will be dropped off in the morning, all students. From there, I see Angela's question. Yes, you may drop off your daughter at 8:15 and then head out. We will have yard supervisors and paraprofessionals who will be there to supervise children before instruction starts. The pickup area is a little different at Emerson. So the Boys and Girls Club gate is on San Jose. So that's on a completely opposite street from where you are dropping off. And then the Children's Center gate that is on Cypress Avenue, and it's near the parking lot when you are driving up to the school. So the main drop-off gate and the Children's Center gate are close by. Boys and Girls Club is the only one that's on the other side. It's on San Jose. And we will be out there the first day directing everyone so they know where to go and where they should be headed to pick up their kids.
All right, so Jefferson, we're gonna enter, Jefferson is a large campus, but we're gonna only have one entrance off of 6th Street. So where it says main entrance there, that is 6th Street. There's plenty of parking. So one nice thing about Jefferson is we have a lot of parking around the school on the street there. So your kiddo will come in and out at that our main gate. And then our aftercare pickup is off of Cambridge, actually. So our Boys and Girls Club are the 2 bungalows where she ate right there. And then our Children's Center they have rooms in that building, but there is a gate there. It's a coded gate. I don't know if we're going to use a code for summer or not, but they'll be able to call or somebody will be there. So that's where you'll pick up for aftercare. And I think that's it.
Excellent. So, parting words, Sandra, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, so like I said, oh, yeah, no, I'm not muted. No homework. Have fun at home. When my kids were little, the first week of summer school, I just let them do whatever they wanted, just to get it out of their system, you know, and then before we start a camp or anything else, kids need to rest, something that they're looking forward to. And again, I'm not trying to tell you how to parent your kids. These are just suggestions. Read with and or to your child. Go on walks. Like I said, kids need to be bombarded with language. It's very tempting sometimes when you're tired yourself to let them be on their devices, but they need to communicate, use sophisticated vocabulary with them. And I'm telling you, they're going to be so excited about the planetarium. They're going to want to tell you everything there's to know about what they learned. So just be prepared for that. Have conversations about other topics. And as a parent myself, I always, you tend to become the nag queen, because it becomes about, did you do your homework? Did you take a shower? It's about, that's all we talk about. And it's hard not to do that sometimes. Maybe it's easier for you, but just talk about things that are of interest to them. So summer school, and all of this is just going to happen, make summer school a fun place for them. And hopefully they will get a lot out of it. You never know. So, and again, I'm available via email, phone. When summer school starts, I'm going to be going to the different sites on a daily basis. So if you ever want to meet with me in person, please let me know. But your kids are going to be in great hands. Jennifer, Margarita, and Ruby. They're very accomplished teachers. They're great educators, and it's all about the kids. So anything you need, we're here for you. And Ms. Goldenberg, is there anything else you'd like to share?
I thought we would go over some of the questions in the chat that we haven't been able to answer. So are all ages mixed together for the afternoon enrichment? It depends on the program. If they're with the BUSD childcare, like Mr. Barrow said, it's 30 kids and one room, and it's all TKK 1 and maybe 2nd grade.
Yeah,
So,
TK second, yes.
And then everyone else is a Boys and Girls Club, and yes, they are all mixed. For dual immersion, kinder and 1st grade are together. 2nd and 3rd, kinder and 1st, 2nd and 3rd. What am I missing? 2, 3. Anyway, oh, I know we have lots of 1st graders. We have K1, 1, 2, and 3 through 5. The first couple of days, the teachers. I'm sorry. No, okay. So you drop off your student will go and find out who their teacher is. They'll line up because people will be directing them. We have all the parent educators out there, the TOSAs, the teachers, the yard supervisors will be directing students. And then after, when the school is out at 12:50, anyone who's staying for aftercare will be guided by their teacher to where they need to go. So if they're in BUSD childcare, they will be walked to that room. If they're in Boys and Girls Club, they usually meet in the lunch shelter area. And dual immersion, their teachers will know which classroom to take them to. Let's see. Activities during enrichment daycare for BUSD. I know that they've done a lot of art projects and outdoor play, playing with toys in the room. You'd probably have to check with Stephanie Fields in the children's center, or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, childcare, to find out more. Let's see, what else? Again, if you received in your email that was sent out, it says to the parents of blank, we're pleased to offer your child a space. And then we said, if checked, your child is also in the afternoon program. And we told you what the afternoon program is. You are like BUSD childcare is associated with BUSD. So they have access to all the emergency information that's in Aries. So you're good to go for BUSD childcare. If your child is going to Boys and Girls Club, the Boys and Girls Club needs that very important information. So you still have to register. You still have to click on the link and fill out the form and register. The links will be live tomorrow morning. I will email them out tomorrow morning. No, they do not need to wear Boys and Girls Club t-shirts. That's cute. Okay. And are all teachers current BUSD teachers? Yes, in some form or another. Some of them are intervention teachers. We have some teachers who are from the middle school who have the multiple subject credentials to teach at elementary. And in the afternoon, they are BUSD childcare teachers or Boys and Girls Club employees. All of these questions. If meds need to be administered every 4 hours, well, whatever is in Aries in the medical records, the nurses go through that on the very first day so that they know to get to administer whatever medication is supposed to be administered. Let's see. So for dual immersion, the ending time is 5:30 in the evening if you're staying for the afternoon session, but for Boys and Girls Club and BUSD childcare, it's 6 o'clock. The nurses, okay, so we have a health assistant or a nurse at every single school site during the day until 12:50. And then in the afternoon, there is a, I don't know how you would translate, a floating nurse, a nurse who goes from site to site, and all of the child care people have her cell phone or his cell phone, and they know to call if there's an emergency.
So there's a question about picking up from daycare. I know that some of you may have attended the YMCA last year, or maybe ACES, where you have to stay until a certain time, but that does not apply to Boys and Girls Club or the Children's Center. You can pick them up at any time, not a problem.
Somebody said, how will they know if the Boys and Girls Club has accepted them? It's automatic. The Boys and Girls Club already has their names, but you need to fill out the form so that they have all the important information about like allergies and emergency information, all that stuff.
So if they have been enrolled already in summer school and they are already in, you don't have to worry about it. If you request a daycare when you register your child, they were added to one of the programs. And with the email that went out last Sunday should have had that information. But if you didn't get it, or if you have any questions, please call me tomorrow and I'll be happy to help you with it.
And mentioning calling you tomorrow, Ms. DeBarros, If anyone has dual immersion enrollment questions, or they would like to add the afternoon session, please email me. So, oh, the medication, if your child currently has medication at school, do you need to fill out a new medical form? I don't believe so. Please check with your school nurse, health assistant, and they can give you better direction on that. Are there any other questions, Tosa, that you'd like to unmute and answer?
Not at this time. I've been trying to answer them as they're coming in. So I think maybe parents, if you have questions that maybe we could answer. So Zaina, their grade is based, it's based on their current grade. So if they're current kindergartners, they will be in a kinder class in the summer.
Anyone else? Ruby, Jennifer?
I don't think so. If anybody has any questions, you're welcome to unmute and ask.
Well then, everyone, thank you very much for your time. Ended almost on time at 7:33.
Okay.
Amalia?
Amalia,
Yes, sorry. I just tried to find my mute button. Yeah, my question, sorry, for the dual immersion to add PM, I should email Ms. Goldberg?
I'm so sorry. I was looking at the chat. Dual immersion?
Yes.
Yes, me.
Oh, okay.
I put my email address in the chat already. It's just my full name, Jennifer Goldenberg at burbankusd.org.
Oh, the whole spelling. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll spell it out again because it's not Jen officially.
Well, I can't
And-
see. Yeah, it's
Oh,
so
you
small.
can't
I
see.
can't see the full writing. I'm on the phone, the Zoom on phone. So yeah, I'm sorry. I can't see very well.
That's okay. It's all
Thank you.
good. Just don't forget my middle, yeah, the middle syllable, the EN, Goldenberg.
Okay, thank you. I'll paste it from the chat. Thank you.
Michael, we're going to be emailing out the presentation in all languages, so you'll have copies of the school maps to see.
No,
I think so.
I think you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.